Hello, welcome back, my dear students of class 11. Dear students, I am Rajendra Rai, your biology teacher from LPM Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur, and I am going to present this video so that you can learn. My dear students, today in this video, you are looking here your complete board, that you are looking here on the screen, and this board is enough to explain you the summary of the photosynthesis, that is chapter 13. So starting from the thing that the photosynthesis takes place into the leaves, and in the leaves chloroplasts are there. So the leaf is responsible for the process of photosynthesis, and chloroplasts are having lamella, grana, and stroma. So these are the parts of the chloroplast that facilitate the process of photosynthesis. See here, my dear student, in the process of photosynthesis there are light reaction, and this light reaction takes place into the units of chloroplast, and that chloroplast units are known as photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. So photosystem 1 or photosystem 2, that is having the chlorophyll molecules, and chlorophyll molecules are having the capacity to absorb the sunlight. The sunlight that is having the radiation spectrum of 700 nanometer, that get absorbed by the PS1, photosystem 1, and that is called P700. So you are looking here P700, and the photosystem 2, that will be able to absorb the light that is ranging from a spectrum 680 nanometer, and in fact this PS2, that is present in the lamella as well as in the stroma, and that is able to perform the absorption of light. Takes place in the daytime in PS2 also, but at night this PS2 system, in fact this PS2 system is available only in stroma and lamella, while the PS1, that is present in only in grana. So in grana PS1 and PS2 both are present, and in stroma PS2 is present only. So PS1 is absent in grana, in stroma. So dear student, what happened? The the breakdown of water takes place in that, and hydrogen ion and electrons that get produced, into the photosystem, and these electrons get transported. These electrons get accepted by the electron acceptor. They are present in PS1 and PS2, which results the synthesis of ATP and synthesis of NADPH. So uphealing of the electron means if the electron is going up, then that is uphill, and if the electron is going down, then that will be the downhill. So when the electron is in the position of uphill, then there will be the formation of ATP synthesis will be there, and when the electron will be downhill, then there will be the formation of NADPH. So these two molecules, NADPH and NADPH and ATP, it get utilized into the next cycles that I am going to explain over here. My dear student, one thing more, that ATP also gets synthesized from the remaining molecule of the ADP. ADP, it get combined with the protons, and that proton get released by the proton pump that is present in the mesophyll cells. And ATP also synthesized by this chemiosmosis theory. Chemiosmosis theory is there, which ensures the ATP gets synthesized by the ADP. So the remaining ADP that will be consumed as the synthesis of ATP. My dear student, one thing more, that the PS2 don't perform the synthesis of NADPH. It performs only synthesis of ATP. ATP synthesis takes place, and this is called cyclic photophosphorylation. While in PS1, the synthesis of ATP and NADPH both takes place, and this is called non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So synthesis of this ATP molecule, that is called photophosphorylation. Dear student, now come to this that where does these molecules like ATP and ADP is going. So this ATP and ADP is going for the further utilization of the ATP and ADP here into the C3 and C4 pathways. C3 cycle, that is a simply you can say this is the Calvin cycle, while C4 pathway, this is something different from the Calvin cycle. In C4 plant, both pathway active, C3 and C4 pathway that is found in the C4 plant, while in C3 plants only the C3 pathway is present. So now let us see what is the Calvin cycle. Dear student, Calvin cycle, that is given by this cycle is proposed by, this cycle is discovered by Calvin, and that is why it is called Calvin cycle. Dear student, in this cycle you can understand here, in this cycle you can see here that there is a synthesis of ribulose biphosphate that will be called RUBP. So RUBP gets synthesized and this will be the fixer of the carbon dioxide that is coming from the environment, this carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide and this water molecule get absorbed into the leaf, and RUBP gets synthesized. It fixes the carbon dioxide, and carboxylation takes place. Process of carboxylation takes place. This carboxylation facilitate the formation of 3-PGA. 3-PGA means 3-phosphoglycerate or 3-phosphoglyceric acid, that is 3-PGA. This is the unique feature of this Calvin cycle, that 3-PGA will be formed. Further, this Calvin cycle get completed into 3 processes. Number 1 carboxylation, number 2 reduction, and number 3 regeneration. So what is going to happen? See here, this PGA get reduced. It get reduced by the utilization of the NADPH plus CHI. And what will happen when it reduced? The NADP ion will be formed, and one phosphate will be detached from this NADPH. So reduction takes place, and it results the formation of triose phosphate, TP. It results the formation of triose phosphate, and this triose phosphate accelerates for the generation of glucose and starch, which is the purpose of this photosynthesis. Later on, this triose phosphate also, when it will utilize one phosphate molecule from the ATP. So the ADP get released, and that phosphate molecule combined with the triose phosphate, then the formation of this RUBP takes place. So my dear student, this is the C3 cycle or Kelvin cycle that you can understand in a summarized way. And now let us see about the another thing, and that is the C4 pathway. See, what is the C4 pathway? What are the C3 plants and what are the C4 plants? My dear student, as you know, the mesophyll are the cells which perform the process of photosynthesis, and these mesophyll are the cells, these mesophyll are the cells which accelerate the process of photosynthesis. But in C4 plants, these mesophylls are in thick form. Mesophyll layers are very thick, and they get attached with the bundle seed cells, which get attached with the bundles, vascular bundles like xylem and phloem. So there are connection in between the bundle seed and this mesophyll cells. So mesophyll cells, they have the PPase enzyme, PPase enzyme, while this bundle seed cells are having the Rubisco enzyme, RUBISCO, Rubisco enzyme. So Rubisco enzyme perform the process of this C3 cycle into this bundle seed cell, while this PEPase enzyme perform the formation of this PEP phosphophenol, that is phosphophenol, that is PEP phosphophenol compound, and it gets regenerated by the C3 acid. When C3 acid get regenerate. So what is happening here? See, the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere get absorbed by the mesophyll cells, and in the presence of PEP, the formation of C4 acid takes place. C4 acid means malic acid and aspartic acid, and this C4 acid further transported to the bundle seed cell, where the decarboxylation takes place. Decarboxylation means formation of carbon dioxide that will be utilized in C3 cycle, and formation of C3 acid that will be further get transported to the mesophyll cells, where the synthesis of PEP is done, and this PEP is the carbon dioxide fixation. This carbon dioxide gets fixed by PEP. So this is the C4 pathway. My dear students, C3 plants are the plants which are found in the mostly enriched water area, and they are having the thin mesophyll layer, and the C4 plants are they are adapted for the most dried conditions. C4 plants, they get adapted for the most dried conditions because they are found in the areas where the water scarcity is there. Okay. Now let us see the C3 plants. They are having the limitation in the production, while C4 plants, due to the sufficient amount of the carbon dioxide, internal concentration and external concentration, they will be able to produce more and more food grains. And one thing more, that is the photorespiration. My dear student, in C3 plants, this carbon dioxide gets fixed by the RUBP. So this RUBP, that is the ribulose biphosphate, and the formation of 2 molecule of 3-PGA takes place. 2 molecule of 3-PGA takes place in a general way. But if the carbon dioxide concentration is low, if the CO2 is low and oxygen is comparatively equivalent to the CO2, then this RUBP get combined with the oxygen and formation of 1-phosphoglycolate and formation of 1,3-PGA. Simultaneously, these two compounds will be formed, which results the wastage of this formation of 3-PGA. which results the wastage of this formation of 3 PGA, because it cannot produce food. It cannot produce food because the cycle will be incompleted. And this phenomena is called photorespiration. This is common in C3 plants, not in C4 plants. C4 plants are excluded to this process, this phenomena. And my dear student, now come to the next, that is the what factors they affecting the photosynthesis. Now see, dear student, the factors are of two types, internal and external. So the internal factors are the leaf orientation, internal carbon dioxide concentration, mesophyll, number of mesophylls, number of chloroplasts. These are the internal factors which influence the rate of the photosynthesis. But very important is that there are external factors like light, CO2, temperature and water. One by one I would like to discuss here. My dear students, the plant absorbs the 10% of the total sun energy, sunlight, as per the 10% law. They can't absorb more than the 10%. Even if you give the extreme incidence light to the leaf, then the leaf will be, the chlorophyll will get destroyed and the rate of the respiration will decrease. Rate of the this photosynthesis will decrease. So light, there is a limitation, 10% only that get absorbed by the, this is the, as per the law of limiting factors. There will be the law of limiting factors, that more than 10% that will be wastage. More than 10% that will be wastage and that will be harmful. Similarly, carbon dioxide, that is required more in, that is required less in, that is required less in the, this carbon dioxide require less in the C3 plants. So the limitation of the carbon dioxide concentration is C3 plants, that is 360 and the limitation of the C4 plant, that is 450, because the double cycles that run in C4 plants. So carbon dioxide concentration, if more than the 0.05 concentration is there, since the atmosphere is having 0.03% of the carbon dioxide, if it increase to the 0.5, this is the optimal level, photosynthesis takes place in a good way. Too much fixation of carbon dioxide takes place, and more than this, that will be the harmful for the chlorophyll and plant body. Dear student, temperature, as far as the higher temperature is concerned, higher temperature give the side effect to the C3 plants. C3 plants need only lower optimal temperature, while C4 plants need higher temperature, because they are temperature adapted, high temperature adapted plants. So the temperature is also a factor that will be the limiting factor for the C3 plants. And as far as water is concerned, this water is very important factor, because if water is scarcity, water stress is there in the plant, then the plant will shrink, the stomatal closure will be there, which results the less absorption of the carbon dioxide. So my dear students, I hope that you are here, able to learn this by this diagrammatic representation on the board itself, and revise this chapter. And further, in the next video, I will continue the chapter 14, that is the next physiological function, next physiology, that is respiration. So thank you very much, my dear students. Thank you very much. Have a good day to all of you. Thank you. Thank you.